Johnny Depp, in a recent interview, I was a crash test dummy for Me Too. Of course, we know about the Amber Heard Johnny Depp case that made the careers
69.
of a lot of YouTubers. Actually, LegalTube evolved from that case.
Yeah,
And here he
Nick
is.
Rekieta.
Yeah, here he is from the Times. Yeah, Nick Rekieta. Where's that going?
wish
I have
him well.
no idea.
We wish him well.
He said, here he is. I was a crash test dummy for Me Too over a rambling 4-hour session with Jonathan Dean. The actor opens up about the Amber Heard trials, his painful childhood, 40 years of fame, and the friends who turned their backs on him. Badger, if you would.
Johnny Depp expresses deep frustration over how Hollywood peers and associates distanced themselves from him during and after his legal battles with Amber Heard. He is particularly critical of his former agent, Tracy Jacobs, who represented him for nearly 30 years before being dismissed in 2016. Jacobs testified during the Heard trial that studios had grown reluctant to hire Depp due to his on-set behavior, specifically tardiness, a claim that Depp strongly disputes. Depp accuses former colleagues of hypocrisy and betrayal, saying some of the people who turned on him were once close, even attending his children's parties. He compares his situation to being a crash test dummy for the #MeToo movement, noting that Heard's accusations came way before the fall of Harvey Weinstein, which shifted the industry climate. Depp criticizes what he sees as performative support and self-interest in Hollywood, using phrases like death by confetti to describe public support, masking private backstabbing, and sarcastically remarking, better go woke, to express disdain for what he perceives as insincere virtue signaling.
You know, there's been a Netflix series. I couldn't bear to watch it. I tried to watch it, was not great. I've seen, I was riveted to the trial myself.
I watched it live on
I watched it live. It was on in the background. I watched it. Look, a lot of us were obsessed, and there was a hysteria during that time over like Me Too, and Johnny Depp got caught up in it. So what is the result? I mean, I'll tell you what the result is now. People are suspicious when they hear about charges now.
Well, it was the Chris Hardwick thing too, right? Where then it got completely exonerated from it. It's like, okay, you can't just believe everyone all the time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you look at what happened with Aziz Ansari, man. I mean, that was ridiculous what happened to him. Yeah. His career never recovered from that accusation. He didn't even do anything.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it looked like what we were just talking about with John Lasseter. All right. Pixar has fallen because of, this guy was hugging me too. He was touching me and this stuff. It's like, that's what you're going off of? Like, no real accusations. It's a guy that might be a little bit too friendly around the office.
This is very touchy-feely. You let it happen. You just close your eyes. You just let it happen.
But I mean,
count to 10.
It's just wild to me. Like that destroyed an entire studio, in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, it was just a power play, by people that were just trying to level up and say, hey, let's get this powerful person out of the way. At least in regards to Pixar with Johnny Depp, and I don't know why he would call himself the crash test dummy for that. I don't see.
I know. I mean, yeah. I mean, he was rich enough to be able to defend himself. Let's put it that way. There are a lot of people who got caught up in the Me Too who couldn't defend themselves.
He was more canary in the coal mine, right? Like, because it made everyone aware of like, oh shit, he got totally lied on or caught up in it.
Well, it's interesting. I mean, watch the Pee Wee as himself documentary, because the second half just goes into the adult video store that he was caught at, and then it was the child pornography that he was accused of having. And this has been around a long time. It's just we like to take powerful people down, and that's kind of what Me Too ultimately felt like it became. Where we could just say whatever about someone powerful and just get away with it.
Right. Now, there are some people who actually deserve it. R. Kelly, and people like that. But
Probably Diddy.
There was a lot that didn't,
I'm sure
Johnny
Diddy,
Depp.
Deserves everything he's getting right now.
I mean, the perspective I see is what frustrates me is actual victims couldn't get their justice, but people who lied did, or got what they wanted out of it by taking someone down. And that's the most frustrating thing about Me Too with me, is that, I know people who were, abused, sexually abused and things like that, and they could never get justice. But now you have people who lie about it, getting millions of dollars, all the publicity. I mean, that's how backwards Me Too became.
It's when, as soon as Me Too charges were used for clout, that's when it became a problem. And will Johnny Depp have a comeback? I don't know if that's in the cards, but it's just, I think Hollywood went crazy, but I believe that stuff is still happening. It's just not reported.
Yeah.
Well, that's what the problem is when everything's Me Too. Now that sends up a radar. It's like, oh, you're claiming something happened. Did it really happen, or are you just looking for some payday? And
intimacy
that's the problem.
Coordinators. That's where we got intimacy coordinators from.
Well, I mean, I mean, look, Alan, what you wouldn't do to get a hug from John Lasseter.
Yeah, I would. Never mind. I'm not gonna say.
Come on,
Alan's prepared to sacrifice himself for all of us.
But it was a good one.